For number 25, we're asked to find the values of x for the function for which the function is continuous. So we're going to highlight that word continuous. So let's find out where the function is discontinuous first. We have a rational function, and we know that we're going to toss out any values of x that cause the denominator to equal 0, because that's what we don't want. So we're going to take our denominator and we're going to set it equal to 0, and then we're going to solve for x. And we're going to do that by factoring x squared plus 3x minus 70. So we have x and x, and we have a couple of different ways we can get to 70. We have 35 and 2, 7 and 10. I think 7 and 10 will be what we need. And the signs are needing to be opposite of each other, so plus 10 minus 7, I get x equals 7, and x equals negative 10. Now keep in mind that what we're going to do is we're going to exclude these values from the graph. And it doesn't matter if they're excluded as asymptotes or wholes, because remember, both asymptotes or wholes are considered discontinuities for the graph. So at x equals 7, we would notice that we do have a whole here. At x equals negative 10, we have a vertical asymptote here. Technically, that doesn't really matter because both of those, like we said, represent discontinuities. So the graph is discontinuous at the whole at x equals 7 and at x equals negative 10, that asymptote. So where's the graph continuous? It's going to be continuous everywhere except for those two values. So the graph would be continuous. Let's go ahead and make a little number line as a visual. On either side and in between those two values. So from negative infinity to negative 10, we have a continuous interval. And then in between negative 10 and 7, we have a continuous interval. And then again from 7 to infinity, we have another continuous interval. So the graph will be continuous on those three intervals. You can also plot this graph in Desmos if you want to visualize what that graph looks like, with the vertical asymptote here and the whole at x equals 7.